Good day, everyone. This is Jack from the Stock Serpent Watchdog, and today we're going to be looking at Nvidia. Nvidia is a semiconductor maker, and it's had a bit of a rough time as of late. Let's go through our Ichimoku checklist to see how this thing is doing. All right, today we're going to use a little bit of a different system to see how this works for everyone. I'm going to be numbering our checklist using red for bearish, yellow for neutral, and blue for bullish. So in the end, everyone can have a good idea what the chart is telling us. All right, let's start off with the first point on our checklist. Is price greater than the Kumo? Well, the Kumo cloud is up here, and it definitely does not look like price is above it. So I'm going to put a red bearish 1 here where price broke through the Kumo. That is negative. The second thing on our checklist is the price greater than the Kumo shadow. The Kumo shadow is the Kumo cloud that's trading behind price. Now, if we look back here, we can see that clearly something has happened here. Here was a support level. If you want to have a quick look at that, this is a support level. We call these support levels because this is where there has been a real battle for price in terms of the buyers and the sellers competing to get the price above or below that level. So there we go. That was a support level at about 240 and 235. This is what the Kumo shadow is telling me. However, price came down. Look at that. It found support, a very weak support. However, it bounced up and it broke through that level. So let's get rid of those. This is definitely bearish. So we will go ahead and number that as a bearish indicator in our checklist. So we got two bearish ones. Let's move on to the third one, the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. Is the Tenkan-sen greater than the Kijun-sen for a bullish indicator? No, it is not. The Tenkan-sen is the fast moving midpoint moving average. It is definitely in a bearish alignment. So for that, we are going to number it in a red 3. It is bearish, and I have a sum total of 3 bearish indicators so far. Well, just with this information, I would not touch this stock right now. There is definitely something going on here. It's very negative. In the investment world, we call this a falling knife, and the adage goes like this: you do not want to be catching a falling knife. So let's continue on to the fourth point here. Is price close to the Kijun-sen? Now, the Kijun-sen, remember, is the 26-point midpoint moving average. It is over here. And usually what happens is the Kijun-sen draws price to it over time. So right now, price is way down here. There's a massive gap here between price and the Kijun-sen. So there is a good chance that price will start moving up a little bit here to get close to the Kijun-sen. So I would call that clearly a bit of a bullish sign here, since this whole chart is overall bearish. So we'll number that 4, and it's blue. That makes it a bullish sign. All right, moving on to the fifth indicator. The fifth indicator is my Tenkan-sen and my Kijun-sen greater than the Kumo. So my midpoint moving averages, are they trading above the Kumo? The Kumo is the cloud. It is clearly not. That would make that item on my checklist a bearish item, and I would definitely have to give that a red or bearish circle there. Okay, and now we're halfway through our checklist. Just a quick view, you will see that we have a bearish indicator here, bearish indicator here, bearish, bearish, and one single bullish indicator, and that is speculative at best, since price can continue much further down before it continues back up to the Kijun-sen. All right, moving on to the second part of our checklist. Is the Tenkan-sen pointing up? This is the Tenkan-sen. This Tenkan-sen, which is the fast moving average, it is just plummeting. It is definitely not moving in an upward direction. It is not pointing up. It is pointing down. That is another negative right there. Then the next item is the Cajunson, which is the midpoint 26-day moving average pointing up. It is not. It is in fact moving down. So that would be another negative there. As we're getting closer to the end of our checklist, we go to the Chikou span. This is the Chikou span, my favorite indicator. Why is it my favorite? Because it is the momentum indicator of the Ichimoku Kinko system. Now, this indicator, once it breaks through price and the cloud, and it is in open space like this, it is on. The trend will come. That is for sure if there's open space. This is one of the things that I love trading the most. Look at what happens here. It breaks through the cloud. It goes back and tests the cloud. And then it is trending time. But unfortunately, this is trending time to the downside and not to the upside. So we can definitely call this a negative. So I'm going to be numbering that our 8th check item on our list. And that is bearish as well. Wow, we're getting close to the end of our checklist. We have one bullish indicator here. Let's get on to the 9th item on our checklist. The Chikou span. Is it greater than the Kumo? This is the Kumo. This is my Chikou span. It is under the Kumo, and therefore it is another negative. All right. As we get to the last item on our checklist, is the Chikou span, which is this item here. What does the future look like? Is there open space? Yes, there is. It is unfortunately bearish open space. Open space means there is no price to interact with. It can just keep on falling. It is basically like jumping out of an airplane. There is nothing between you and the ground here. This thing ran up so steeply that in fact there is very little chance of it hitting anything right now. If it can continue falling. This is literally a falling knife. And for our 10th item on our checklist, it is negative. So summing up on the daily chart, what do we have here? We have everything bearish from 1 to 10 except for 4. And item 4, like I said, is highly speculative. It can continue falling. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, for goodness sake, do not put your money in this stock right now. This stock is falling. It is falling hard. It is falling fast. And even if it bounces up, it's going to find resistance here at the Tenkan-sen. It's going to find resistance here at the Cajun-sen. And then it can continue its fall down. Now, if this situation changes in any way, I will update you. But for now, do not put your hard-earned money on this. Remember, the Stock Serpent Watchdog is there to protect you. Please subscribe to my channel to get all my updated videos, and please hit that notification bell so that you get all the videos in your email. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish you good trading and a good day.